We want to begin by acknowledging that the land we're on is the traditional territory of the many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nation, Inuit, and Métis people. Arub, it's so good to have you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so you're a first-year U of T student now.
Yes, just started.
Okay, new things.
Yeah, new processes, learning how to build my schedule and stuff.
But in high school, you started a program called WAVE, which was how you initially got involved in working with Jack.org, right?
Yes, exactly.
Can you tell us a little more about what WAVE was?
So WAVE was a mental health awareness and advocacy club run by students. So it was completely student-led with just a staff lead as a support. And basically what we did is we aimed to educate students about mental health and illness. And also back when we weren't completely virtual, host events as well, where kids could just come in and relax and like take a break from everyday student stresses, because stress was like the #1 thing affecting students' mental health is what we noticed. And so we used to host a lot of events and just put information out there. Jack.org was really kind because they really helped us out when I was first founding the club. What happened actually was that I was in a leadership class because of the program I was in, and I hated what we were doing. I went up to my teacher. I was like, I hate this, absolutely not doing this. I want to do something for mental health.
Takes a lot of guts to stand up and say that.
You know what? I had this dream ever since grade 8 when I started to struggle myself. And so I was like, I saw this opportunity and I was like, I'm throwing fear out this window. Like, I need to take this opportunity. Who knows when the next will come? So I just went up to him. I was honest, brutally honest, and he connected me with our CYC, which Vanier was lucky to have one, our child and youth counselor. And we got in contact with Jack.org, and they were so awesome. They supported us the entire way through. They gave us resources, initiative ideas, funding. It was so nice because this entire time I was still learning how to be a good leader as well, and so they were really, really helpful with developing my own skills too.
So awesome. I mean, you've already done so much to be as young as you are, exactly. And it takes so much courage to step in to those spaces and speak out as well. So I mean, I commend you for doing that.
Thank you.
It does take a lot. So I think a lot of people will be inspired to hear your perspective on that and encouraged, by the way that you did exactly that, stepping up, owning your voice, and taking up space too. Really important.
Thank you.
So, I mean, you've already accomplished so much in the mental health space. It's pretty awesome. So what do you feel like the future of that looks like for you?
So right now, I'm really just focused on building a schedule for university, trying to figure out when to do things. But it's funny, this morning I was going through Instagram and one of the school accounts actually answered one of my questions in my mind. How can I look for clubs at my school? Because I know that there's some Jack.org chapter at my university already. And they directed us to a website. I was like, awesome. So as soon as I feel ready, I'm gonna go to that website, I'm gonna figure out who's where and who's doing what, and I'm gonna insert myself in somewhere.
Girl, so you don't seem to have any problem just diving in head first to things that might be scary for some people.
I think, yeah, and I think the reason why is because I feel like there's nothing scarier than starting something yourself. And so since I've already done that, even if it's at the scale of a high school, I've overcome that. I feel like just getting into something that already exists is a lot easier.
Well, I know that wherever it leads you, you're gonna keep blazing the trail and inspiring other people to do the same thing.
Thank you.
I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing that perspective with us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Take my picture off your bedside if it reminds you of the love and tender moments that we shared. Ain't it crazy how the circumstance can blind you, make you cling to love that is no longer there? Oh, see, God knows it's hard to break your heart. into. But isn't that just what lovers do? And if the sunset it follows a sunrise, does hello always end in a goodbye? Oh. And the truth is in my eyes that you couldn't help me before I help myself. And boy, I've been drowning in this unforgiving hell. How did we get here? It's so unclear, but I can't blame no one else. See, you couldn't help me before I help myself. Ooh, ooh, oh, oh. See, God knows it's hard to break your heart into, but isn't that just what lovers do? Oh, and if the sunset it follows a sunrise, does hello always end in a goodbye? Oh. And the truth is in my eyes that you couldn't help me before I help myself. And though I've been drowning in this unforgiving hell, how did we get here? It's so unclear, but I can't blame no one else. You couldn't help me before I help myself.